Hello all, my name is Olaf and maybe you are wondering why you are seeing this short video. Okay, the first hint might be that my geocaching nickname is TH10GT. Quite silly, and I will not explain why it's like this. If you really would like to know, ask Tim. The second hint is that I'm living in Germany, and this is why my language is like it is. English isn't my mother language, and you will discover this for sure during this video. Now let's see where I'm living. We will take a virtual flight using Google from Tim's flat to my house. The name of the small city where I'm living is Tostedt. Nothing to say about, except my wife and me are living here. More interesting is that we are living at the north border of the so-called Lüneburger Heide. In late summer, the blossom of the Erika is putting the whole area in a totally violet shape. This is very lovely, and I'm still trying to convince Tim and Marsha, his wife, to visit me and to discover that. Hamburg is roughly 25 miles north from our flat. Hamburg is one of the nicest cities in Germany, not only because of the two lakes in the center of the city, called Alster, the harbor, and last not least, I'm earning the money for my daily bread at Airbus. Now you are knowing where I'm living, but there's still the question, why this video at Tim's seminar? Okay, let me explain. In February 2014, a colleague of mine infected me with the geocaching virus. I started to search for caches, but quite soon I realized that I enjoy building caches much more than looking for them. I googled for ideas and discovered the YouTube channel of Tim. Wow, this was really great. I loved it. And so I started to adapt them, friendly wording, for stealing his ideas. In November 2014, I asked him about the glue he has used for his Lego cache. I was just trying to to copy. This was the start of our relationship. Step by step, our emailing became more often, and then the doom came over us. On August 15th last year, he asked me if I would know what an Arduino is. I never heard about. Much worse, he wrote that he just bought a starter kit. What a horror, he was right in front of me. After some minutes of Googling, I did also. This was the start of making Amazon and eBay happy, but not my bank account. The programming language, which is an Italian adaptation of C++, is awful. Especially for someone who programmed in Fortran, BASIC or DBase decades ago. I'll just come back soon to the history of the SCBC GeoTrail, but I want to show you something in split screen. We hope you will never find one of our caches totally damaged. But this means you will never see what's going on inside. So I will show you some pictures of prototypes in split screen mode. It's to give you an idea what's behind the housings. But meanwhile, Tim and me decided to build one of the housings with a plexiglass front. It's really great and you will love it when you will discover it. Back to the history of this SCBC GeoTrail. And in recent months, there are more than one email per day. His wife Marsha is by surprise still accepting that Tim is writing his last email on his iPad when already being in bed. And prior leaving it in the morning, he is checking for my answers. He is back in time from me by 6 hours. To be honest, with me it's nearly the same. I think our wives are believing that we are totally mad. Video chats we are doing roughly once a week, and a lot of SMS going over the Atlantic Oceans in both directions. In addition, sketches, part lists, and a lot of more are shared by using Dropbox. This is a kind of a cloud. For the ones not knowing, Arduino programs are called sketches. But more happened. We are calling ourselves friends since last year, even if we never met up to now. But this will change when I'm visiting him and Marsha first week of June to attend the go-live of this new GeoTrail. And we decided to create an US-German joint cache. It was the one just being published as SCBC01, Test Your Smarts. With this first one, our cooperation wasn't such close. While Tim is an expert in building the housings, and he was also the first one implementing a motor into his setup, I'm struggling with such constructions. Being born with two left hands, it's not so easy for me to build housings. For programming, I'm responsible for the artwork, parts of the cache for the listings and the banners inside the listings. Meanwhile, the joint cache became an SCBC joint GeoTrail. At the moment we are planning that 11 caches of this GeoTrail will be joint ones between him and me. Some are funny, and it would be a pleasure for us to watch the cacher or to take a movie from him. Unfortunately not allowed in the States as in Germany. For at least one of them, teamwork is needed. The lone cacher won't be able to sign the log. They aren't park and grab ones. At least you will have to have batteries with you, sometimes some more stuff. But most important, they are the result of a friendship. And this is for me the most important topic. I don't know whether the cacher will have an idea on that when he is trying to reach the log. Maybe he is thinking, this couldn't be designed by a single cache builder. He will be right. It's a result of a US-German friendship. That's all about the SCBC GeoTrail from my side. Tim and me are hoping a lot of you will attempt it. And we hope the pleasure for you to reach and sign the logs is at least a little bit like ours when we discussed, designed, planned and finally built them. For this message I'm suppressing the hours of frustration when the stuff didn't work. But at the end, every time, we prevailed electronics. Cheers from Germany and have fun with this GeoTrail and goodbye.